Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skills, etc. Then we will put them into a battle simulator and see who's the better one when head-on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will crown the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, a loyal and dutiful knight. Pledged to protect Leif at all costs, the Lance of Legend, Finn! And standing on the right corner, the eldest princess of Muspel, cares a lot for her sister. The new experience, New Year Laegjarn! So here we go. Knight vs Princess, Legend vs New Year. A battle between two lance-wielding cavalries. Who will crown the better waifu or husbando? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, Stats and Skills. Let's start by comparing their stats. And Finn has the higher HP, attack and resistance, whereas Laegjarn has the higher speed and defense. The score is now 3-2 to Finn. Next, let's compare their weapon. Finn wields the Brave Lance that enables him to attack twice during initiation. It has a might of 8 and -5 speed when equipped. Sadly, it can't be refined. Do you think intelligence systems should do something about this? Leave a comment below. What about Laegjarn? She wields a rather unique weapon called Wagasa that is basically a traditional paper umbrella. It has a might of 14 and comes with chill defense that inflicts defense -7 to foe with the highest defense at the start of a turn. Furthermore, it could be refined for stats boosts. So, who has the better weapon? Even though Brave Lance gets to hit twice, but looking at how Wagasa gets to reduce defense and boost HP and other stats, I would have to give it to Laegjarn. 3-all. Moving on, we won't be comparing their special, assist and even their passive in A and B since there isn't a match. But we will still briefly introduce those skills for your knowledge. Finn has a 5 cooldown special called Miracle. If his HP is more than 1 and foe will reduce it to 0, Finn survives with 1 HP. And Laegjarn has Pivot as an assist. It allows her to move to an opposite side of a target ally. Next, their passive. In slot A, Finn has attack defense that grants him an additional 2 attack and defense. And Laegjarn has chill resistance in slot B. At the start of each turn, inflicts a resistance -7 on foe on the enemy team with the highest resistance through his next action. Why does she need chill resistance? Lastly, let's compare their passive in C. Finn has Goat Cavalry that grants cavalry allies within 2 spaces a +4 attack and speed during combat. As for Laegjarn, she has Defense Tactic. At start of turn, grants defense +6 to allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn, granted only if number of that ally's movement time on current team is equal or lesser than 2. So, who will take the last point? According to the scoring system from Game 8, Goat Cavalry is rated 9 out of 10, and Defense Tactic is also 9 out of 10. It's a draw. And that's the end to round 1. With a score of 3 against 3, the result of the first round ended in a tie. Whoa, I did not expect a draw, to be honest. Kinda thought Laegjarn would win since she's the new girl on the block. Anyway, let's move on to round 2, head-on fight. For this and the next segment, I'm going to use the battle simulator from Arctic Silver Fox. First, we are just going to let them brawl with their default skills, IV with no buff. And here's the result for 1 full turn. It seems Laegjarn managed to beat Finn on both phases due to her higher speed and weapons effect. The low might on Brave Lance couldn't deal much damage to the superior defense of the Muspel princess. So Laegjarn wins the default fight. Next, how about we give them some skill inheritance? As our usual practice, we will optimize their build for the highest winning rate. For Finn, speed refined sling lance, bonfire, attack speed solo, chill defense, odd attack wave, and an attack speed seal. As for Laegjarn, attack refined wagasa, moonbow, attack speed solo, chill speed, odd attack wave, and an attack defense seal. And the result? It's a double KO during the returning phase. If Laegjarn has invested more speed in passive C or seal, she could have doubled Finn because of chill speed, but that will affect her score in the last segment. Since the princess already has a point in default fight, it doesn't make much difference in the end. Therefore, I hereby declare the winner of the second round goes to Laegjarn. Before we proceed to the final segment, let's look back at the results so far. Laegjarn has 1 win, 1 draw compared to Finn, which has only a draw. The Muspel General is half step away from claiming the title, but Finn will not go down easily looking at how the fight is so far. Who will win the last round? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this segment, we will be using the same damage calculator as round 2 to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. Instead of looking at only their kills, we are also going to consider their draws and losses too, and the result will be in the form of percentage. Here's the formula. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. And here's the result for 1 round of initiation. Finn takes the first point with a winning rate of 70.4% to 61.2%. Next, let's have a look at the result for 1 full turn with attacking phase first. The dutiful knight takes another point, 2-0. Now defending first. Here's the result for 1 round of defense. Laegjarn scores 1 back with a winning rate of 47.9% to 36.2%. Moving on to 1 full turn of defense. And the Princess of Muspel equalizes the score. The halfway score is currently tied at 2-2. Now, let's look at the result after inheriting skills. Who will perform better this time? For 1 round initiation, and Finn has a higher winning rate of 96.5 to 95.9. What about 1 full turn by initiating first? Very close, but the Lance of Legend still has the higher winning rate, 4-2. What if enemy attack first? How different would the result be? For 1 round of defense, whoa, same number of wins, losses and draws. It's a tie. Lastly, let's look at the result for 1 full turn of defense. And again, both of their winning rate is tied at 91.4%. And this marks the end to round 3. With a score of 4-2, the last round goes to Finn. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, with both sides having a win and a draw, the final result of this episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours concluded in a stalemate. What an exciting week on MWIBTY. I did not expect the fight would be that close. I thought Finn would easily get whooped by the newcomer, but I guess having the title Legend do carry some weights. Both units managed to score very well after skill inheritance. They even created history in this series for having the same numbers of win, lose and draws on one of their encounters, which just show how similar they are. In terms of availability, both are Tempest Trials rewards, so it's possible to obtain extra copies from Heroic Grail. At the end, it's really up to your personal preference. So what's your thought on the result? Who is the better waifu or husbando? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and hit the notification icon to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. Thank you for watching. And to my friends who's celebrating the Lunar New Year, 新年快乐，恭喜发财，Kyushogatsu omedetou gozaimasu, Selamat Tahun Baru Cina, Happy Lunar New Year.